University of Ibadan keeps mum over audit report. The administration at the University of Ibadan has refused to comment on OS Professional Service Financial Audit Report that revealed a series of acts of financial mismanagement at the institution. Our correspondent made several attempts to obtain a response from officials of the university, but his efforts were rebuffed in a hostile manner. The audit report, which was made public by Saharareporters, exposed how the varsity disregarded fiscal policies in a number of its financial engagements between 2010 to 2015, the period covered by the audit. On Friday, July 21, 2017, our correspondent visited the office of the university bursar, Mr. Michael Alatais, on a fact-finding assignment, but he was denied an interview with the bursar. Instead, Mr. Alatais and some other UI officers demanded to know how Saharareporters got the audit report. When our correspondent insisted that he could not divulge his source of such information, the bursar refused to entertain any further interaction. "If you cannot tell us where you got the report, then I cannot speak to you on the report," Mr. Alatais said and walked away. However, in separate interviews with other senior members of the university, our correspondent learned that one Professor Ula, a lecturer in the university's mathematics department, has been appointed to lead an investigative committee that would investigate the report. According to the OS Professional Service Audit Report, Mr. Ula, along the Vice-Chancellor, Abel Inca, and 12 others were interviewed by OS Professional Service auditors. The report, among many other findings, indicted Professor Ayadul, the former Vice-Chancellor whose tenure fell within the years of the audit. The report also named several other UI officials who failed to provide evidence on how Turing advances they received was spent. Mr. Adul, who is now the country's Minister of Health, and 3 others allegedly received $16,400 as Turing advance, which was not properly accounted for. Contrary to the accounting manual provisions on Turing advances, which requires accountability for foreign travel funds to be made 3 months after the trip, we noted that several Turing expenses incurred during the period under review lacked the appropriate accountability in form of copies of air tickets, boarding passes, etc., the report said. The audit also concludes that the institution had violated the Treasury Single Account (TSA) policy. In addition, the institution was yet to link its Unibadan Microfinance Bank Limited to the institution's bank verification number, BVN. A member of the non-academic staff union, NASU, who spoke to our correspondent on condition of anonymity, said members of staff had been denied access to the monthly cooperative levy deducted from their salary. He alleged that over $60 million had so far been deducted from salaries as cooperative levy, but staff whose salaries were taxed have been denied the benefits of the deduction. They have been deducting money for cooperative, but when we ask for the cooperative loan, the cooperative would tell us there's no money. We wonder where what they have been deducting from us went, he said. University of Ibadan, The Nation newspaper.